어느, 어떤, 무슨, 뭐, 무엇. If you look these up in the dictionary, they come out like this. There are some overlapping meanings among these, so I prepared this for you because I thought you might be confused. First, let's look at 어느. 어느 is used to ask about two or more options. For example, imagine that you went to a clothing store with a friend. While standing in front of several pieces of clothing, your friend might ask you like this. 어느 색이 예뻐? This sentence means which color is pretty. 어느 티셔츠로 할래? This sentence means which t-shirt will you go with? 할래 is conjugated from 하다. 다 is removed and 받침 릴래 is added. It's a way to express one's own intention to do something or to ask about the other person's intention. The important thing here is that there are options. Next, let's look at 어떤. Have a look at three main cases of 어떤. The first case is similar to the previous case. It's used to ask which one of the given options. In the same situation, your friend might ask you the same question like this. 어떤 색이 예뻐? 어떤 티셔츠로 할래? The second case is when there are no options. In this case, it's used to ask about characteristics, properties, state, or personality of a person or object. For example, 어떤 색을 고를 거야? What kind of color will you select? 너희 남자친구는 어떤 사람이야? What kind of person is your boyfriend? Which means, what is your boyfriend like? 어떤 식당에 가고 싶어? What kind of restaurant would you like to go? All three questions are asking about their characteristics, properties, and personality. For example, in response to the first question, one could answer characteristics of the color such as bright color or dark color, and so on. The last case is when it can be used when the target is not clear. For example, 내가 어떤 여자를 봤어. I saw some woman. 어떤 사람이 널 불렀어. Someone called you. So it's like English's some. Now let's move to 무슨. This can be used to ask about something, an object, or a subject that is unknown. 이건 무슨 색이에요? What color is this? 저기는 무슨 가게예요? What kind of store is that? Or what store is that? 무슨 일이야? What's happening? What's going on? And this can also be applied to previous questions. 무슨 색이 예뻐? 무슨 티셔츠로 고를래? Because regardless of whether there are options or not, it can also be used when it's not known what the other person will choose. Finally, let's look at 뭐 and 무엇. 뭐 and 무엇 are very similar and it can be considered practically the same. Both are pronouns and refer to unknown facts or objects. It corresponds to English's what and something. In everyday life, Koreans use 뭐 more often. 지수가 무엇을 원해? What does 지수 want? This sentence can be also written as follows. 지수가 뭐를 원해? And more simply, 지수가 뭘 원해? 무엇을 봐요? What are you watching? Or what are you looking at? You can also say 뭐를 봐요? And more simply, 뭘 봐요? 이마에 무엇이 났어? Something appeared on my forehead. You can also say 이마에 뭐가 났어? Now it's quiz time. A total of 3 questions will come out. Fill in the blank with appropriate words within 10 seconds. There are 2 answers for each question. Here you go. 어제 책을 읽었어? The answer is number 2 and 3. Number 2 is when you don't know at all what book he or she read. And number 3 is when asking about characteristics or type of book he read. The next question. 그 사람이 숨겼어? The answer is number 1 and 3. The sentence means, what did he hide? It's a question asking about a known fact. The next question. 도시에 갈 거야? The answer is number 1 and 2. In case of number 1, it's natural when there are city options to go to. And in the case of number 2, it's when you ask what kind of city he's going to. The listener could answer with something like a quiet city, a crowded city, or a dynamic city. How was today's lesson? It was difficult, right? To learn more quickly anyway, create an example sentence using 어느, 어떤, 무슨, 뭐, 무엇, and leave it in the comments. If there are any mistakes, I will correct them for you. Then we will see you next time. Bye! 안녕!